What's up, guys? Welcome to Civic Minded. Today we are going to be doing, from what I've read on the forums, one of the most requested mods to the 2014, or rather the 2012-2015 Civic. We are going to be adding an auto-dimming rear-view mirror to the car. Honda actually does make a retrofit kit for this, sorta. Well, they give you parts anyway. This is the harness that connects to the car. You won't have this gray wire here. I have this because I'm also wiring in an ambient light, and I thought it would be a good idea to wire it with the mirror because they're both coming from the same place and going to the same place. If you have an SI with a stability control off button right underneath the vent, you know, the round one, or you have a 2013 or later with an Econ button, you're also going to need this. I'll give you part numbers on screen and in the description, and depending on whether your car has automatic headlights or not, you're going to need a different mirror. I found that out the hard way. This is if you have the automatic headlights, it'll look like this. Without, it will look slightly different. I'll leave part numbers for that as well. Alright, first thing we can do is take the old mirror off. If you've got the light sensor, that's that black thing there. You'll also have the auto position on your headlight stock. Okay, I kind of screwed up here a bit with the narration and may have done so in earlier videos as well. This is actually not the light sensor, it is the lane departure warning forward collision warning camera. This is what the light sensor looks like, not this. And if you have this, you also have this button right here. So if I refer to this as the light sensor, it is in fact the camera, not that. Sorry about that. Just twist it, comes right off. If you don't have that, there is a Torx bolt that holds the mirror onto the little latch here. Just loosen that, pull it off. Your next step is to remove the negative terminal of your 12-volt battery. Just pop the hood. Lives right there. It's a 10mm bolt holding it on. So with the battery disconnected, first thing that's got to come out, your sun visor and your sun visor clip. Note that we only need to work on the left side for this procedure. We don't need to take anything out on the right. So we're just going to want to twist this off. Here's the European style. Presumably just grab a flathead screwdriver, tiny one wrapped in tape maybe. Push these tabs in, or two flathead screwdrivers I guess. Push these tabs in, pull it down, it'll come out. And then get a flat blade screwdriver, insert it into this tab here. Okay, so we're just gonna push that in. You can see I've already done this a few times. Don't panic. This is a kind of a learning curve here. But you see that we got that in, and now that area is cleared. The sun visor will fold down. You can see how that works there. And if you have a lighted sun visor, be sure to unplug the electrical connector holding it in. Next, we need to remove the bracing handle. So for that, get a nylon pry tool, open this, get your pry tool you'll see a little notch there, get your pry tool into that. I'll do this off camera. Once you have that, you can just pry up, out. This will just come out. And then revealing this little metal clip, just pop it with your finger. Just pop it so it clears the plastic tabs here. Not easy to do on camera, but hopefully, yep, there you go. Hopefully you get the idea. And then this piece, just squeeze it, it'll come out. So next we need to remove the A-pillar airbag cover. To do that, we peel this weather stripping back. No tools required for this really. Pull the airbag open, so to speak, wedge it out like that, and then you'll see the tweeter connector on the bottom here. You can simply squeeze the tab, unplug that, that'll come out. Then take this tab out, like that. Reinstall it in your A-pillar, like so. Like that. And set it aside. Next thing that needs to come out is your center dome light. If you've got this style, you're going to want to just nudge a pry tool in there. That will happen. Get the other one with your finger, and I believe that is a 5/16 of an inch, well, you can't see it. I believe that is a 5/16 of an inch screw holding that side in. Same on this side. If you have the center module, same procedure. You pry from right here, the hinge area. Just make sure you don't break your light bulb while doing so. Wouldn't be a bad idea to remove this lower dash piece as well. Whatever you do, do not pull on this to take this out because you will break this piece here. Ask me how I know that. Instead, you want to wedge a nylon pry tool down here. See it separated a bit. Start pulling where each tab is. You'll see this with this off the car. Yeah, I need 2 hands for that. You're just going to want to sort of pry around until it comes off. These guys should be pretty self-explanatory. You may only have one, you may have none, but if you do, there's a tab right up here, you just squeeze it, and they pop right out. This black piece on the side here, once this front is off, you can just stick your hand under there, peel it with this weather stripping off, of course. Stick your hand under there, pull it out, being careful not to break it, comes right out, set it aside. Once your cable is prepped, you can just plug it into the 6-pin like so. If you've got aftermarket fog lights, here they are. If you have aftermarket fog lights, you can similarly plug that clip into your harness, so they'll still work. To get your econ switch out, very easy with everything else out, just pull up right here. Be mindful that there are some plastic arms in the back that make this work, and obviously there's a vent tube. I need 2 hands for this. Then your econ button is the only thing holding this in. Comes out super easy. Set this aside. Next, following the instructions from College Hills Honda, which I will also link below, from there you can see the connector is right there. You're going to want to zip tie to that existing wiring harness, and these connections here need to go up near where the econ switch is, if you are so equipped. Next, plug this single wire connector into this harness connector here that we just ran up, like so. Push your econ switch or stability control off switch if you've got the SI back into the frame. You're going to want to plug that into this connector. I'll do that off camera, but the idea is that this goes into the back of your econ switch, and then you can just snap the econ switch back in. Use one of the bigger zip ties to secure the stray blue connector to the rest of the harness. See, that's done. And then just put your vent back, being careful not to pinch the new wires. So this is the tab you want to put your harness behind for running it up the A-pillar. My strategy here was to just get an unpadded part of the tube and just squeeze it in there. It went in fine. Now we're going to get to do a bit more squeezing running along the A-pillar. I'll show you where zip ties go in a second here. Apparently there's just one, and it's right there. So I guess the rest of this is just going to be held in by the A-pillar when it goes back on. I might recommend getting some electrician's tape and just wrapping it, or another zip tie and just wrapping it to keep it out of the way of the A-pillar airbag here. Yeah. And from here, we go into the headliner. So I lie again. For now, you're only going to want the one up there, but later when you're finished, when you're tying everything up, you're going to add some in the middle and at the bottom there. You'll see in the PDF exactly where they need to go. Your next step is to remove the cover to your light sensor if your vehicle is so equipped. It just sits on like that. There's 8 tabs holding it in. Just pry them down, be careful not to break it. It'll come out. Came out really easy on mine. You want your mirror harness to pass over your light harness, like that. Next, we're going to install the new mirror. One more thing you're going to have to replace if you've got the light sensor. Your mirror should have come with a new one of these clips. Just use a pliers, squeeze the sides, and it'll come out. Put the new one in, same procedure. Comes on the same way the old one came out, like that, and adjust it as necessary when you are done. Plug the wire into your mirror, it just snaps in, and then you're going to get this, came with your kit, and you're going to install it to cover that wire up. I'll show you how to do that. That just snaps into the mirror holster like that, and it runs up to reveal the wire. We are going to secure this wire with some tape now. Here is the tape. First clean the area with rubbing alcohol, if you can get any. I realize I forgot to film a clip of attaching the tape, so that's what I'm doing here. You're going to want to kind of attach it to the windshield. The area you want to clean and attach the tape to, you just want it kind of near where the wire is going to crown. And obviously maybe to the left of your camera here. So yeah, it's just as simple as peeling the cover off the back and sticking the tape on, like you would with any kind of tape. Well, it was a bit tight, but I think I got it in a good spot. Alright, so at this point we should be able to put the entire car back together and test it out. So the way this works is there's a sensor on the back that when it's dark and there's light in this sensor, the mirror dims. And as far as the compass goes, you'll want to press and hold this for about 3 seconds until you see the word zone appear on that little thing there. And we're in zone 6, you would just press this again to change that, and it just goes back to its direction after 3 seconds. Most likely you'll see the word cal there, indicating that it needs to be calibrated. To do that, start the car, go to like a parking lot, a very open parking lot. Press and hold this for longer until the word cal flashes. Then you're going to want to drive in a circle slowly until cal disappears. And then your compass will be calibrated and you'll be able to use it. Here's the form that came with the mirror. Pause to read. One more important test. Get the mirror into its dim mode, and with the car off and the e-brake up, shift into reverse and confirm that the dimming goes away. It should. I can't do that while holding a camera, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, send me a message, and as always, have fun, drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.